Hello there, I'm Tolvo. I'm going to be teaching you all about sweeps in Sekiro. Sweeps are perhaps the simplest form of perilous attack. Perilous attacks being attacks that you don't really want to just deflect or block in most instances. The sweep is one that cannot be blocked, it cannot be deflected, it cannot be dodged through. For a sweep, you have to jump over it. Jumping over it is going to work for every sweep in the game as far as I know of. There's not really one where you're going to jump over it and then there's another element to really worry too much about, other than jumping off their head to prevent a follow-up attack or deflecting after that. I'm going to be showing some various examples. I'm trying not to show endgame bosses, so this will be more early stuff or things people have seen in previews. I've talked a bit about how the tutorials in Sekiro kind of struggle at elements or give complete false impressions. The sweep tutorial, though, is pretty on point. Sweeps are very simple to understand. If you jump off an enemy's head as they're doing a sweep, it will deal extra posture damage to them, and it will typically interrupt whatever their next attack will be. It's a very handy thing. You want to jump off in almost any instance. There's not really many where there's any advantage to not jumping off their head. Sometimes it can be very hard to do depending on the type of sweep. Some enemies will move very far and fast while doing their sweep, so unless you time it to jump off their head during or are jumping to where they will be, you will probably miss jumping off their head. If you miss the jump off the head, that's alright. The main focus should be on avoiding the damage to you. Now, this is the Perilous Attacks tutorial. This is when it shows up on screen in Sekiro. This is the first time you'll really face an enemy with perilous attacks that you have to defeat. Genichiro you can just kind of die past. This character though, General Kawarada, one of the general type enemies, you fight another one before this, Leader Shigenori. This type of enemy will do sweeps pretty often. I'm showing here what won't work and what will against these. For sweep attacks, you can actually press the button kind of late. I'm going to be showing clips from various different fights in Sekiro. I'll try to keep it to early game to a little bit of mid game. I'm going to do my best to avoid anything that's really spoiler-ish, things that maybe people have already seen or are like memes, so they're pretty widespread. Here you can see Gyobu's sort of sweep grab attack. Some sweeps can be grabs. They're pretty rare though, but they function just like a sweep and then you can jump over them. If you jump, it's going to miss you. I've never been hit by one while jumping. I've tried. I'm showing a lot of different timings, trying to deflect, block, and dodge through. There is a prosthetic that you can use that can help out with sweeps if you want. It's not necessary though. These are pretty easy to deal with. You don't need to use a skill at all to get past the sweep. Some skills, though, can help with sweeps. Senpo leaping kicks, Nightjar slash are some examples. When you use those, you actually jump up into the air or leap up into the air and do an attack, so you'll go over. For the leaping kicks and high monk, you'll actually jump up and slam down, so it counts as jumping off their head, so it does additional posture damage. Some sweeps are incredibly fast, most are delayed though, so you'll be fine. There are sweep combos, just be aware of when you can see it's coming. Sometimes you need to jump to where someone will be. If you accidentally hit like the wall or something, you'll jump off the wall instead usually, but you can often predict where they'll go. The final sweep you'll be seeing is one for the Taro Trooper. If you're holding block or deflecting for his flurry, it'll hit you no matter what, but as long as you're not near it, that won't happen. These are the basics of sweep attacks. I hope this guide has helped, and good luck in Sekiro.